Hi there, you guys. This is Jaden here, and right now I'm laying in my bedroom during this cold, snowy night outside to give you guys yet another Naruto Shippuden thoughts video. Now, keep in mind, I had actually already gotten this video recorded tonight, but yeah, I decided to re-record it because I gave some misleading information in that video about what Toonami's doing about the Dragon Ball Z Kai Marathon, saying that they're gonna do the marathon sometime like next weekend, the weekend after this weekend. But no, they're really doing the marathon this weekend. There's a change of plans. So yeah, in that video I said they were going to do it next weekend, but nope, I lied. Same thing with that one video I did talking about that marathon, along with Shrek 2 being re-released in movie theaters. So yeah, misleading information. My bad. I might just delete that Dragon Ball and Shrek 2 video altogether, honestly. Even though I still like that video, but I don't think I did it justice because of some misleading information I gave in that video. Like, not just with the Dragon Ball Kai marathon, but also because I lied saying that Shrek 1 was not released in movie theaters to celebrate its 20th anniversary. But no, it was. They did re-release it in movie theaters in 2021 to celebrate its 20th anniversary, like what they're going to do with Shrek 2 this year. And yeah, I got that wrong. I somehow didn't hear the news until sometime after I made that video. So yeah, that video wasn't really done justice. I might just delete it altogether. And will I remake it? Who knows? But yeah, that's beside the point. We're not talking about Dragon Ball or Shrek. We're talking about Naruto. In this video, I'm going to share my thoughts on episodes 480 and 481 of Naruto Shippuden. Now, technically, Adult Swim has yet to air episode 481 this year, and they're not going to do it this Saturday night because they're doing this Dragon Ball Z Kai marathon. So I'm going to assume they're going to air this episode next Saturday, if not, I guess the Saturday after that, because of this Dragon Ball Z Kai marathon they're doing. Yeah, not that that's a bad thing, since I do love Dragon Ball Z Kai. I love it a bit more than Naruto Shippuden, and plus, they are also doing this in tribute of Akira Toriyama, who had sadly recently passed away. And you guys know, yeah, that definitely really hit me and made me cry multiple times. So I'm happy they're doing something like this in tribute of him. So yeah, thank you, Adult Swim, for this, even if it means postponing a Naruto episode. But you've been consistently airing Naruto every Saturday night this year so far. Even if we're only 2 months into the year, I still think that's cool that you did that. So yeah, I think you could postpone this episode for the Dragon Ball Z Kai Marathon. But yeah, okay, I'm talking too much about Dragon Ball in this video. Okay, now let's get started on my thoughts on episodes 480 and 481 of Naruto Shippuden. Spoiler alert: I'm going to spoil some things from Naruto in this video. Ratings. I'm going to start off with my ratings of these episodes on a scale of 1 to 10. 480, 7 out of 10. 481, 8 out of 10. Now, 480, in my opinion, it's like an okay filler episode. Like, is it really a filler episode? I think it might be a filler episode, but yeah. Either way, it obviously came out after episode 479, which in that episode they show you the aftermath of Naruto and Sasuke's awesome final battle together. With Sasuke and Naruto continuing their lives, missing an arm, and Sakura and Kakashi fighting Naruto and Sasuke laying on the ground after their big epic final battle, and it shows the aftermath of that fight along with that big war arc which went on for a while in the show, mainly because of all the filler in it. Yeah, so that's followed by, I assume, more filler with episode 480. In my opinion, it's just an okay episode. Like, it's not a fantastic or great episode, but it's an interesting one that shows you the childhoods of characters like Naruto, Neji, and Hinata, and yeah, that's pretty interesting. And there's some cool stuff I liked in this episode. Like, I did like seeing the childhoods of these three characters and seeing them interact with other characters in their childhood. But I think my favorite part of this episode would be like the parts where they show you like the visuals, like the stuff in the Hidden Leaf Village, because there's some really nice visuals in this episode, in my opinion, especially at the second half where they show you it snowing at night, and you get the nice lights shining, and you get some really cool visuals of the snow and all that, and you also get Naruto and Hinata talking to each other, meeting each other as little kids at the second half of the episode, which reminded me a lot of the last Naruto the movie. Episode 480. Overall, it's a good episode. It's not a bad episode, and it's definitely not an amazing episode. But yeah, it's still a decent episode. There's some interesting stuff they explain in the episode, and really nice visuals in the episode, which I think if I were to rewatch this episode for any reason, it would be for those nice visuals. But overall, at the end of the day, definitely not the best episode of Naruto. And I'll bet that kiss scene at the end of the last movie is better than anything. That one scene at the end of that movie is better than anything from this episode. But not that this episode's bad. It's still good, but definitely not worth locking on the DVR for Roku. I didn't lock it on the DVR for Roku. As a matter of fact, I just deleted this episode off the DVR like 2 or 3 days ago because, yeah, I didn't think the episode was worth keeping. And also, it's also to save space on the DVR too. But yeah, episode 481, on the other hand, in my opinion, this was a much better episode. Like how the previous episode showed you the childhood of Naruto, this one shows you the childhood of Sasuke. It has him interacting with his older brother Itachi, and yeah, throughout this episode, we see Sasuke and Itachi interact with each other, talking to each other, and we see them hanging out together, like training through throwing kunai knives and feasting together with a big feast. That's honestly like probably too big for only two people. And we also see Sasuke and Itachi sleeping together outside of their home, like they're camping. And yeah, I really liked this episode. The first half of it was really interesting. You get to see some really cool interactions between the Uchiha brothers, and you also get to see some interactions with their parents and all that. And yeah, I really liked the first half of this episode. But then the second half, yeah, the second half is why this episode's not any higher than an 8 out of 10 for me. As it transitions into this Sakura backstory episode. And yeah, now don't get me wrong, I don't hate Sakura like most people do. I know a lot of people hate Sakura, shun her for being useless. I mean, sure, a lot of people might admit that she has her moments, like when she fought Sasori, but still, I know a lot of people hate Sakura, and trust me, I am not one of the Sakura. I am not one of those Sakura haters. I do think that she's a good character. She has her moments, like like I said before, the Sakura versus Sasori fight, and she does make a cool trio with Naruto and Sasuke. But I do agree with people that she's not like as good, as cool as other Naruto characters like Naruto, Sasuke, Kakashi, Itachi, Jiraiya, characters like those. But I still don't hate her like most people do. I still think Sakura can be a good character. She has her qualities, like she has her moments. And this episode, I didn't mind the fact that much of the second half of this episode was so much focus on the childhood of her. Like it shows her interacting with her parents at home, and I do know that her father, fun fact, is voiced by Steve Bloom, who is probably my favorite within the English dub voice cast of Naruto. And I really love Steve Bloom's role on villains like Orochimaru and Zabuza, and I also like his role on Sakura's dad as well. Maybe not as much as Orochimaru and Zabuza, but I still like his role on Sakura's father too. What's his name? Like Kizashi or something. I can't remember Sakura's parents' names. Like I've known the names of her parents before, but I can't remember them. I mean, I guess that doesn't matter much since they don't get that much screen time in the series anyway. But still, yeah, I guess I could have found out about that before I started recording this video. But whatever, it doesn't matter. They don't get that much screen time anyway. But yeah, I still like seeing Sakura interact with her parents in this episode. And this episode also has Sakura meeting Ino and being friends with her. And I guess that was interesting. I guess that was pretty intriguing to see. But then again, I don't think it should be crazy exciting, especially since this definitely isn't the first time in the franchise they've shown Sakura in Ino's childhood. I mean, they've done that before in Part 1 Naruto, like in the tuning exams, around the time they showed Sakura cutting her hair off. Like, they've done that before, like during the tuning exams of Part 1 Naruto. So, yeah, it's not crazy exciting to see him do it here, but it's still pretty interesting, though, to see like what Naruto Shippuden does with this backstory they've explained in Part 1 Naruto. And yeah, it shows how Sakura and Ino used to be best friends together. But, later in the series, yeah, they turn rivals. And they're one of the many duos in anime who went from being best friends to rivals. And yeah, with how much they've been at each other's throats, you probably wouldn't expect them to still, like, used to be best friends with each other back in the day when they were little kids. Like, seeing them be at each other's throats, fighting over Sasuke, fighting in the tuning exams and all that. You probably wouldn't expect these two to be together. But they did used to be together, but eventually they turned into rivals. But it was still interesting seeing Sakura and Ino interact with each other in this episode. And they also show you some more stuff with Kid Sasuke at the second half of this episode, seeing him interact with Sakura. And there's also some more stuff with Kid Naruto at the second half of this episode too. And overall, this was a really good episode. Yes, I do think that the Sakura stuff at the second half keeps it for being a 9 out of 10. Like, if this whole episode was just a Sasuke and Itachi centric episode, all about them interacting together, hanging out together, and maybe like fighting, arguing with each other a bit at some point in the episode, this episode could have received like a 9 out of 10 rating. But because of the Sakura stuff at the second half, yeah, even though that stuff's still cool and interesting, I don't think the episode deserves a 9 out of 10 rating. It bumps it down to an 8 out of 10 rating. This is still a very good episode, and I think it is worth locking on the DVR for Roku so I can see the Adult Swim broadcast of Sasuke and Itachi chilling with each other as they were kids. But the Sakura stuff, though, definitely wasn't bad. The Sakura stuff this episode, like if I had to rate that on a scale of 1 to 10, it'd maybe be like a 7 out of 10, like the same rating I gave episode 480 overall. But episode 481, though, still a really good episode and still much better than episode 480. Still not the best episodes of Naruto, but they're both still good episodes. I wouldn't mind watching either of them again, especially not episode 481, especially not for the first half. But yeah, that's just my opinion, guys. What do you guys think of these two episodes, episodes 480 and 481? You can let me know in the comment section down below if you want. And yeah, that's all for this video, you guys. Have a good night, and thanks for watching.